Good evening, Unique Couples community.
Yes.
Welcome to another Unique Couples Sunday Night Live. We are Vito and Linda Patrick, international marriage coaches, and I'd just like to welcome you as we are in for a great time this evening here on the Unique Couples YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed to the Unique Couples YouTube channel, make sure you go ahead and click subscribe and make sure you turn on that notification bell so every time we go live here at Unique Couples, you will be notified.
So,
And
what is exciting about tonight? What is exciting about tonight? What is our topic? What are we going to look at in terms of our guests and what we need for this new year?
yeah, so this evening we're going to be talking about 7 ways to reset your marriage.
Yes, reset. Sometimes we just need to click that button. Like if there was a button that we could click and just do that to reset our marriage, I know that would be totally awesome. We would really love that. So we're going to talk about those 7 ways. So go ahead, share, invite someone, tell a couple, tell a friend that we all need to learn about that reset in marriage. Just taking it to another level. And if you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, make sure you do so, right? Yes.
Yes, we have special guests in the house this evening. We have Omar and Tonya. They are from Dallas, Texas. They will tell us a little about themselves very shortly, but it's great to have them here this evening. Hello, Omar. Hello, Tonya.
Hi, guys.
Hello.
All right, awesome. We are glad that they are here. And you also want to make sure that you are a part of the Unique Couples Marriage Club. If you are not a part of the Unique Couples Marriage Club, make sure you go in the description and click on that link for the Unique Couples Marriage Club. Motivation, inspiration, and transformation. We want marriages to thrive. We want you to take your marriage to the next level.
Yes.
So you want to make sure that you are a part of the Unique Couples Marriage Club, where you will be getting the drips of love, everything you need to take your marriage to the next level. Intentional loving. You want to be intentional with everything you do in your marriage. That's very, very important.
Yeah, so definitely join the Unique Couples Marriage Club if you have not done so already. And you can also check us out on Facebook for how to strengthen your marriage. Go ahead and join that free group where we share lots of resources on how you can definitely go about strengthening your marriage. So tonight we're talking about 7 ways to reset your marriage, and we're so happy to have Omar and Tonya here with us tonight. Go ahead and let us know. Those of you who are watching, hashtag live squad. You're watching live. Those of you who are watching the replay, let us know hashtag replay as well. And let us know some of your takeaways. And if you have questions, go ahead and put them in the chat. Okay?
Yes. So Omar and Tonya, you can go ahead and tell our viewing audience a little about yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, we've been married for 19 years now. We have 2 daughters. One of them's in college already. She's a freshman in college now. She's going to be soon, hopefully sophomore. And we have another one. She's in high school, a sophomore, and she wants to be a veterinarian. So she's in her way out there. Hopefully it'll take a couple of years, but she'll get it done.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Yes. Well, we both serve in our church. Omar actually does our music, so he's not part of the music ministry, but he DJs at our church, and I serve our youth. Both of us actually have been serving our teenagers for almost the last 6 years. So not only do we have our own careers, but we serve the Lord together. And so that's been a strength. That's been a real big part of our relationship.
Awesome. Yes, couples actually sharing faith is something that kind of binds them together.
Yes.
And kind of stay stronger longer, as opposed to couples who probably don't have more shared activities and shared faith. So we're talking about 7 ways to reset your marriage.
Yes. And can you go ahead and tell our viewing audience why would couples need to reset their marriage?
Yeah, so many things.
This was such a great question. I think I love how you said it, Linda, about resetting that button. When we think about that reset button, it's because something has crashed, something's not working. When we reset our computers, it's not communicating well with us. And so it's not giving us the information that we need, right? As a piece of technology. But resetting our marriage, sometimes frustration, anger, arguments, misunderstanding, or even just lack of communication, we need to just stop and we need to reset. We need to go back and try to figure out what went wrong. And so those are just some ideas that we were talking about that could possibly cause someone to have, or a couple to have to reset their marriage.
Yes, I love how you mentioned communication. Communication is very important, because if you're not having that communication, then you would need to pause, stop, take a minute, and
Yeah.
make sure you talk about it, so both of you can be on the same page. So communication is very important.
Yeah. So I like how you mentioned with all those different things that couples would find reasons why they might probably need to have a reset. People might think that, hey, I need a reset if I'm thinking about, getting a divorce, or I might need a reset because, things are really bad. But it doesn't have to be that your marriage is facing some very, I want to say, difficult situation or extreme situation. You can get that reset and kind of like, you know what, we need to adjust. Let's start over. Start the honeymoon over or whatever. But for things that could possibly get worse, but you kind of tackling it now. So all of those reasons you mentioned could be small things, but they need to work on them like now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, and then can you share with our viewing audience how couples can reset their marriage after an argument, infidelity, or separation?
Do you want to take that one, or
Go for it.
yeah, we're gonna share it together? So, maybe on how to reset the marriage, just like when we talked about it, just stopping and I guess, well, the first thing that we wrote down, we went through these questions as we prepared for tonight. Maybe just avoid getting to this point. Just like you guys said, it could be the little things, and it doesn't have to get so extreme or to get to that point. So
Just always keep God between you guys, and if you start having issues, pray about it. Get together and solve it. But it's always going to be God in the middle of it. It's going to be able to solve your issues.
absolutely. We strongly believe with the Lord, it's important that we keep him in the center of it all. And so when we get to those points, I love, like you said a minute ago, about not getting to that extreme. We have to stop and pause and really think, like, did you understand why I got upset? Do you know what pushed that button to cause, the breakdown or the meltdown? And I know I keep going back to technology, but sometimes that happens. We can overload our computer. We can be doing too much that it causes it to just stop or break down. And that can happen in our marriages, and so I guess ways that we can reset that is just not doing too much, or knowing the expectations and the level of expectations, I guess, on your partner without pushing them to the limit, but doing things together without having to overload them or having such a high expectation without also giving on your end. So I just think it's stopping and talking about it, just like Mr. Vito said, we got to stop, breathe, and regroup, and look at the issue.
Yeah. You mentioned I was like really on the to get that one. High expectations, those expectations. And sometimes we have those expectations, and we of course have those high expectations. What we want our spouse to do, or what we expect them to do, and then when they're unmet, we have a problem, because sometimes our expectations are really unrealistic. So there are times when we need to kind of like adjust those expectations and make sure that they are definitely realistic. And that will help us with not feeling disappointed or hurt when our spouse just doesn't deliver on what we think that they should. And then, of course, you need to communicate about it. So that is definitely a great point um, that you mentioned just now.
Yes, and I love what Omar mentioned, that you have to pray if there is a problem. And, we would have talked about the love triangle, where you have God at the top, husband and wife at the bottom, and no one gets in that triangle. So you want to make sure that prayer is a part of your marriage. If you face if you face or encounter any issues or problems, you want to make sure that you pray about it, do it together. That's most important. Bring it to God because prayer is important. That love triangle is very important. God
Yes.
at the top, husband and wife at the bottom.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
We can't get away from it because marriage is a God idea, right? So
Absolutely.
it was designed by God. So we want to
Yes.
help. We want help for it. Then we kind of like go back to the manufacturer, to go back to the creator, and get the help that we need. So prayer
Mhm.
definitely plays a very important part of that.
Yes.
Yes, and then another thing that was mentioned where you have to connect as husband and wife, and like I would have mentioned earlier, you want to be a part of the Unique Couples Marriage Club. One of the things what we do in the Unique Couples Marriage Club is we have a date night once a month in the club,
Yeah. So that's a
and
group date night. Mhm.
yeah, and you want to make sure as husband and wife you are dating. That's very important. You
Yeah.
want to
So
be intentional with it.
So they should regularly be dating and learning about each other and experiencing these different things. So of course we encourage that. Unique Couples Marriage Club. We're talking about motivation, inspiration, and transformation for your marriage. If you're married and serious about your relationship, you'll be a part of that club. Go ahead and join. The link is in the description. Hello, Julie. Hello. Gia, thanks for joining us live. All of you who are joining us live. We are here talking about
7 ways
ways.
to reset your marriage.
Yes, right in time for a new year, a new month, a new week, whatever it is in your marriage, a new start. Like you could have been, arguing, name calling, blaming, withholding sex. You could have been doing so many different things in your relationship. And we're telling you now that, hey, this is time for a reset.
Yeah.
Okay, it didn't have to be a big problem. It could be something very small, but we want you to tackle it now and address it so it doesn't become so big and huge that you just decide to give up on your relationship because you don't know what to do. And of course, we want to tell you, if you need help, get the help because help is always available. So we're talking about 7 ways to reset your marriage.
Yes. So Omar and Tonya, can you share with us 7 tips every couple can use to refresh their marriage in 2022?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
So share
yes.
7 tips with us.
Okay,
Okay,
so
so
if you're writing, go ahead. We want to see those comments. Help put the comments in the chat for some people who will be coming in later. They want to see these comments. Go and write them in the chat. Number 1 through 7. Those of you who are watching, put it in the chat for us as we talk about 7 ways to reset your marriage.
awesome, awesome. Well, number one, and we just talked about it and we expounded on it, but it's making a commitment to keep God in the center. Keep God at the center of your marriage. As you reset, stop, seek God, ask Him not just what frustrates you about your spouse, but what am I doing? How are we playing, the part in our marriage? God, show me where I need correction or where I need to grow and change so that we can have a healthy relationship. So number one is absolutely about keeping God in the center and focusing on ourselves, asking God to show us where we need to grow, the area that is in us that needs change to better our relationship. So that's number one. Number two.
Number two, it's healthy communications. Um, just by sending a text here and there, where you at work, or don't get too busy. Just send a little note. Talk to each other once in a while.
Once in a while.
Like if you're at work, you get a chance. Call your wife during lunch, or when you get out of work. If you have a second job before you go to the second job, hey, how you doing? How's your day? How's it going? Don't like I said, don't get too busy.
And I will say we send texts throughout the day. We always get our "I love you, have a great day" text. One of my friends, it's fun to share as married couples. A sweet, even a little naughty text. Keep your relationship spicy and fun.
Yeah,
you need that.
That's very important. And I think Omar hit the nail right on the head. You want to send those texts throughout the day.
Mm-hmm.
That's important. Keep a healthy communication. I agree.
Yeah. And so it just lets us know that we're thinking of each other. Number 3, we think it's good to go back and remember why you fell in love in the first place. Sometimes we have to just stop and think, man, we've come really far. And so sometimes being a reset moment is just saying, let's take a look and let's go down memory lane. Let's pull some photo albums out. Let's look at ourselves 10 years ago. And just being married 19 years, almost 20 this upcoming October, we've grown up together. And I think that's a God-intended idea. And part of that reset can be going back and just looking and seeing how far God has brought us. So just number 3 is go back and remember. Remember what brought you guys together. That person that you fell in love with, that awed you, and you were just really infatuated with. It's good to remember those things and to go back and reminisce on them.
Yes,
Awesome.
I agree with that. Love it, love it, love it. Go back and some of those things that you were doing while you were courting, while you were dating, go ahead and do those things again, because when you were courting or dating, you probably went out every week or frequent, and then after you get married, you just want to stay at home in the lazy boy couch or watching football, get out and go on a date, so that's important. I love that one.
Yes.
Great. Number 4.
And number 4, sometimes you may need to seek outside help, like counseling, if you have an issue. But the best thing is seek godly counsel.
Or unique couples. Hey, this is a great platform. We're gonna plug it here. It is important, and we're in complete agreement about that. Sometimes we know that relationships need outside help, and I think unique couples, you guys are doing a fantastic job about building stronger, healthier couples. And it's good to have somebody to give you that outside input, because those minor frustrations have grown so big that you need somebody to come in and show you and guide you and help you to break those walls away. And so we definitely encourage outside help. We can't always do it on our own. We know that the Lord gives us people in our life and access to people, and it's wise for us to take advantage of that opportunity. So great plug for you guys, unique couples.
Thank you.
Yes,
Connected.
like Omar said, you want to seek outside help, and Linda and I, we are international marriage coaches. So you want to go ahead and book us today for your one-on-one coaching. Like Omar said, you want to seek outside help.
Yeah. So and the thing is, a lot of people may shy away from getting the help for whatever reason, just thinking they don't need it. A lot of persons may think, hey, we don't need it. We can do this by ourselves. We don't want anyone in our business, or someone is going to talk it. So a lot of different reasons why people don't get the help. They're embarrassed. They can't believe that, hey, we're at this point. We were all lovey-dovey and thinking this will last forever, but now it's not working out for us. We're not connecting. We're having all these problems in our relationship, and we're saying, hey, it happens, like we're two different people and we're joining and coming together and trying to be united on so many different fronts. If you are experiencing problems, do not shy away from getting the help you need. Help is always available. Get help, because that is better than kind of separating from this relationship and then entering another relationship and you still have the same unresolved issues. So get the help that you need when you need it, and don't be ashamed, embarrassed, or afraid to do that, because people are willing to help. Thanks for the plug, Tonya.
All
So
right.
we're talking about 7 ways to reset your marriage, and we did what, 1 through 4 already?
Yes.
Yeah. So we're number 5.
Yep.
Okay.
Number 5.
Number 5, it's like we were talking about earlier. Date again. Make time for each other. Just like we said, you guys said earlier, put a date. Like on the 2nd, or whatever.
Yeah.
Once a month, go out to eat, go to movies, do something.
Yeah.
Just
And
keep it going.
I'll definitely piggyback off of that. A lot of marriages in the beginning, when you're kids, if you have kids, take up a lot of time. So it's very important that you remember that after they grow up, it's just going to be you two again. So you have to make intentional date nights with your spouse. We can't forget each other in the midst of raising our kids. Being married 19 years, we do have a 18-year-old going on 19. She's a freshman in college, and a 15, almost 16-year-old daughter. We have a lot more time together, and so we love it because we're able to reconnect. And so I'm going to jump in, even though we said number 5 is date again. I'm going to jump into number 6, and that's dream together. We have goals. After our girls are gone, I think, and we think it's important that marriages, set goals for each other. We want to have an RV. We want to be able to travel together, to go hiking. He loves to go fishing, and we'll make time for each other. And
come to the Bahamas as well. Come to the Bahamas.
Pastor Ricardo, or our mutual friend, Coach Ricardo, is always telling us it's a beautiful place and it's on our list. And so it's a great thing to dream about, our vacations, spending time together. And it's important that we do this so we don't forget who we are, because a day will come is when the kids are gone and we don't know how to. There are people that don't know how to function together because the children was the center. And so dating and dreaming is so important in a marriage, especially a long-lived marriage. We have to keep each other, at the center. And so just dream together. That was our number 6.
Before you go to number 7,
okay.
love the dream together. And I have to say, with the dream together, because if you don't have that shared vision, then it is going to be a problem. And with the kids, and you said, some couples find themselves, probably would be find themselves at loss. I don't know who he is. He doesn't know who I am, because everything was centered around the children.
Yes.
And you weren't dating, you weren't making time for each other, and then suddenly the kids are gone. You have an empty nest, and then you end up with an empty marriage, and we don't want that to happen. So I love the fact that, of course, you're including the date night in there. Definitely date, and we cannot keep our children as the center and neglect our marriage. We have to make sure that we are constantly learning more about our spouse, dreaming together and doing things together, because that will definitely help us to overcome any problems we have, because we're doing it together. So pray together. What do I say? Pray together, play together, dream together. Will make you stay together. So couples who do that will definitely stay together. So pray together, play together, dream together, stay together.
And just one more thing as it relates to dating and kids. Don't make the excuse that you don't have no one to keep the kids, because you probably didn't even ask anyone. You probably didn't even look, so make sure that's why it's important you have that connection, that communication with your family members, because I'm sure they won't have a problem keeping your kids for an hour or 2 for you to go on a date. So
make sure you're a part of a community. So don't just be in isolation. Make sure you're part of a community in your neighborhood. And if you need to get professional help to make sure it happens, like this, find creative ways to make it happen, and be intentional about dating your spouse, about marriage, about resetting your marriage, and making sure that no problem kind of stumps you because your relationship is the most important issue. So we're ready for number 7. We're ready for number 7. We're talking with Omar and Tonya all the way from
Dallas, Texas.
Yes, and they're sharing with us 7 ways to reset your marriage. Those of you who are watching, make sure you take note. Let us know if you have any questions. Type it in chat. Those of you who are watching the replay, we come back and see the comments, so you can go ahead, write your comments and questions in the chat. If you need to reach out to us, want to be a part of our show, or you have questions or topics you want us to discuss, you can email us at uniquecouplesrekindled@gmail.com. So you can get in touch with us there. Be sure to, of course, connect with us in the How to Strengthen Your Marriage Facebook group. You can go ahead and join that free group where we have resources and, couples just they're sharing as well. And we have our Sip and Spill in there on Monday nights. And of course, our Unique Couples Marriage Club, which is a paid group. You can also go in there and take your marriage to the next level. That is an investment. We're talking about being intentional about your marriage and making it last. So we're ready for number 7. 7 of the 7 ways to reset your marriage.
Okay, number 7. I was a little nervous about putting it in there, but I was like, listen, we're all adults. It is a marriage ministry, unique couples, but you have to learn to have fun. And we're not just talking about activities, but also with sex. Mm-hmm. So as adults, we know how important our sexual relationship is. And so resetting that, learn each other again, learn what pleases one another, what excites your partner, whether it's a fun, naughty text, whether it's just, being together and being intimate, making out. That was one of my biggest, our mutual friend, Coach Ricardo, I wrote in their book, don't stop making out. It's so important that you learn to make out. And just like Vito mentioned it, when you first start courting and dating, that's something that we do. You make out when you're first together. And so having fun, not just in activities, but also, I guess, in the bedroom. And so that was our final point when it comes to resetting your marriage.
Yes,
you agree? You agree?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Awesome.
And I think Omar started to talk about those texts that you send, the communication during the day. So I think Omar was kind of like doing the preparation for the night, so it doesn't just happen at night. The preparation happens long before the bedroom, right? Mm-hmm. It happens long before the bedroom. All of those texts and encouraging words and finding out what's happening with your spouse and connecting through the day will make hey, when you come home at night, even more spectacular, because hey, you were connecting during the day and not, suddenly, hey, you want to have sex with your spouse and you're on 2 different planes. Like you weren't even aware of what was happening. So making sure that connection happens and having fun with sex. Yes, we go all about that. Hey, if you missed our Sextober quickies or Sextober. Yes, it was Sextober quickies. If you missed that is, we have a whole training on that in the Unique Couples Marriage Club. We were just kind of like going crazy with that. And then of course our Sex is Everything webinar. If you want to be a part of, seeing that, you could go ahead and join the club. That is there as well. And you can get access to those. But yes, you need to have fun and keep your relationship spicy, even in the bedroom.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed.
Definitely. So those are the 7 ways to reset your marriage. Let us know in the comments what was your favorite takeaway, and go ahead and try it. Just take what is for you and use it. Use it. Everything isn't for everyone, because hey, we're all unique couples and we are different. But hey, we can all improve our relationship. We can all reset our marriages and make it the best one possible.
Yes. Yeah, no 2 couples are the same. All couples are unique in their own way.
Yeah.
So you want to make sure that you continue to be intentional in taking your marriage to the next level. That's very important. And my biggest takeaway, it would be number 2, healthy communication.
Yeah.
Because that communication is important. That leads to everything. everything. So healthy communication. You want to make sure you have that in your marriage. That's going to take your marriage beyond heights, and you're going to be accomplishing everything. So that healthy communication, that's very important. That's my biggest takeaway.
Awesome, awesome. So go ahead, put your takeaways in the chat. If you have any comments, connect with us. Let us know. Go ahead and join the Unique Couples Marriage Club. The link is in the description. We had a great time sharing. Hey, see it? We're wearing rekindled because, we're like rekindled. We're resetting our marriage. And listen, it doesn't just happen once a year. Sometimes we have to kind of like, okay, how did we do in this area? How is our sex life? Are we pleasing each other? Are we satisfying each other? How are we communicating? Do you feel connected? So sometimes we have to just ask ourselves that question, like individually evaluate yourself. And then of course, as a couple, come together and evaluate, but do those and then, kind of get a response from your spouse. And if something is lacking, go ahead and work on it, fix it. And if you need help, get the help. Be in a marriage community. Join us in the How to Strengthen Your Marriage Club. Get in our group coaching with the Unique Couples Marriage Club. Do what you need to do because, hey, this marriage, we want to be built to last. Stronger couple. You want to be a stronger couple. Have those healthier marriage because guess what? This cycle is going to continue with your children if you have any.
Yes. And I see Gia has a takeaway in there. Don't make children the center because they eventually leave. So it's important that you dream together.
Yes, definitely. Definitely.
So that was Gia's takeaway. And Omar and Tonya, can you go ahead and tell our viewing audience how they can connect with you on social media?
Sure, they can find us both on Facebook, Tonya Sepulveda. I know that's kind of hard to understand.
Spelling in the chat.
Yeah, okay. It's Sepulveda, and then it's Omar, same last name, and we're both on Facebook. So yeah, feel free to reach out. And if we don't know, we'll redirect you back to Unique Couples.
Awesome. Yeah. All right. So there you have it, folks. You can find both of them on Facebook. So we just want to once again thank Omar and Tonya for taking time out of their schedule to be here with us today on Unique Couples, as they shared with us 7 ways to reset your marriage. Yes, and you saw the takeaways that's in the chat. So you want to make sure you look at those comments and make sure you see which one of those tips would be your greatest takeaway.
Did I say mine? No,
you didn't say it.
Oh, I thought I did. I thought I did. Well, I love the Dream Together one. And I definitely love the have fun. Okay. Have fun. And then the extension of that is have fun with sex as well. So go ahead. Listen, we have our Wednesday night after dark. If you have missed that, you need to be a part of that. It's just talking all things that we probably shy away from. So go ahead and join us. That is on our Unique Couples YouTube channel. So that is Unique Couples After Dark, and definitely get more of that, especially about having fun with sex in our Unique Couples Marriage Club. We don't shy away from the conversation. So intimacy, sex, all of that, communication, trust, building that, making your spouse your best friend, all of that we talk about and discuss and make sure happens in the Unique Couples Marriage Club. Thanks for joining us, Gia and Julie, and all of you who are joining us live. And definitely Omar and Tonya, thanks for sharing on 7 ways to reset your marriage.
Yes, we had a great time with you, Unique Couples community. Like we always say, here at Unique Couples, we are building stronger couples, healthier marriages, and happier families. Love you guys. Bye. Have a great week and Merry Christmas. See you all next week, Sunday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Same place. Unique Couples YouTube channel. Bye.